Can you call me a taxi at 7 AM tomorrow? Okay, thanks dad. Today 7 AM, you're a taxi. I showed my friend the first episode of Severance. When we got to this scene he said this guy looks like all the Beatles combined. When you can't afford something, so you have to throw it back. Intelligent, smart, job, business, more money, more intelligent, success, struggle, check yours. When you find out what the song Watermelon Sugar meant. Saw some locals in Thailand helping a tourist use the ATM. Great people. If her age is on the clock, the lion does not stop. The lion doesn't care if it's a girl as long as it moves, speaks or breathes. When I'm bored I like to pretend I'm eating like I'm in the Great Depression. What's your dream job? Why would I dream of labor? Where are you going? To rethink my life. Can we go to the gym tomorrow? Sure baby, oh boy here we go. You will lie in 5 seconds. Internet Explorer. Breaking news. Twitter is now called X after major rebranding announced. Happy birthday daughter, I hope you like the gift. Me looking at bro after he chooses the ability to stop time, memory wipe and invisibility. Hey bro, how old is your girlfriend? 41. Lol. My mom is of the same age. I know. Billie Eilish dresses like she got her clothes stolen at the gym, so they gave her what they had in the lost and found bin. Meets JD Vance. Lies of cringe. Hello. Who are you? Andrew. And Rue. Germanic man. Sculpted by a Roman sculptor versus sculpted by a Germanic sculptor. The arts have never been their strong suit. They get a QT 3.14 to play the mannish brute Abigail, and for Ellie they hire Shrek when he drank the human potion. Why are they like this? Bro. Spoilers. Easter egg. My boyfriend's family is so against us dating. Who are they to stop you? His wife and kids. Dad, did you go to the same school as me? Yes, the same school as you, only 35 years ago. Why do you ask? Well, Mrs. Johnson said today that she hasn't seen an idiot like me in 35 years. Dark Zuckerberg, is he the one who steals data? Body of missing woman found encased in concrete undershed. Is she okay? Can I have my sweater back? Why is his eyes divorced? You have no idea how much I miss you all day. I love you so much. Shrimp room. If you were Harry Potter, who would you make your girlfriend? Eating meals earlier may help contribute to weight loss. This is especially true if you eat chicken before it's done. Gaming PC $500. Sunburn is a pale girl issue. That's why we had you pick Cotton Boy. Think my boyfriend loves my dad more than me, to be honest. My girl ordering a pan after staying out all night with the boys. Me an intellectual judging people for making the same mistake I recently learned to stop making. When a captive British officer challenged Robert Sircal, a French privateer, with the words, "You French fight for money while we fight for honor," Sircal replied, "Each of us fights for what he lacks most. Doesn't make sense at all. You must fight for brain cells then." When it's time to transform from a catboy on the internet back into a STEM major, femboyism is a white exclusive thing. We got a over here. Can I get up? I worked at your store in Sussex for 3 years and stole over £10,000 from the register without anyone noticing. If you wouldn't drink dog's milk, why drink cow's milk? Please try vegan. No, I don't think I will. A male guinea pig named Randy broke into a female-only enclosure and implanted all 100 of them. Couple's vacation went well. His friends did this on purpose. Me, being actually happy. The late night vital thoughts. Bless her heart, Vic tried to go southern but just slipped into interview mode lol. Honestly, her more subtle take is probably more accurate than the super twang that sounds like they were baptized in jorts and never owned a pair of shoes, lol. Too Slimy releases new music. Sounds like an aneurysm. Bigar. This is what I imagine doing Crystal feels like. I look better without you. Really cool sandwich in hidden replies. It's not a sandwich, it's a pen. Bro, I'm not eating this. My annoying little cousin is bragging about how he sleeps in a race car bed. Whatever, you little idiot, I sleep in a real car. How do you have an active ex-life after having kids? Joseph Fritzl found a way, but I don't recommend it. My stepdad was the best decision I have ever made. Quality meats made from people like you. It's not a Sunday unless you completely wasted, then feel really sad around 8 PM. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. You know you're over 30 when you now clean your house to the music you used to get drunk to. Your boyfriend looks like the boyfriend you start the movie with and then meet someone who isn't super annoying and mean and you fall in love for real. Talk to myself. Tell my family I have voices. They take me to a special doctor. I go to a mental hospital. Broke up with my boyfriend of 5 years. OMG girl, what happened? He got me tickets to a term racing event for our 5-year anniversary. Live term racing. Tristan vs Sasha. Remember when we cried as kids and our parents said, I'll give you something to cry about? We thought they were going to hit us, but instead they destroyed the housing market, quadrupled college tuition and melted the ice caps. Build-A-Bear Workshop. J. Robert Oppenheimer has a moment of deep regret upon seeing what he had created. A cosplayer, an actual actor, random TikToker, and yeah, they offered her the role. I'm sorry, the girl isn't hot enough for you. Favorite exposition, and why? You, the Naruto, stranger, the what? You, the Naruto, stranger, what's that? You, I sit and watch Naruto, is this not me? 29 years old this episode, by the way, nothing's changed. You can put your hands down, Jazz. No way, dude's got a gun. Next thing you know, I got 6 warning lots in my bag. Biodegradable cigarette filters with flower seeds. Help nature in 2 ways, by planting trees and yourself. Jack White and Sigourney Weaver, they both have the Tom Holland mouth thing going on, like they are trying to hold a frog inside from escaping. Pro tip, if your parents are fighting, don't just sit there like a d-head. Do something so effing stupid that they forget their beef and unite against your dumb A. Suddenly their toxic argument turns into a team building exercise called What the F is Wrong with Our Child. Beetle cars with daisy rims, runs over someone cutely. A beautiful way to take out milk teeth. Now he knows he will come back for more. Hope you don't sleep with your mouth open, little girl. Where did little Jimmy go after getting lost in a minefield? Everywhere. That's really dark, mate. Yeah, but it got really bright for half a second. Nobody. Me after the group chat gets leaked. Is there a way to disinfect my purse, or is it a lost cause? You shouldn't have to bury your own son. I know. It's just so much cheaper. Oh, you're a leftist. Name everyone who has left you. My mom. My grandfather, my uncle. It meant romance. Baby boomers did that thing where you leave a single square of toilet paper on the roll and pretend it's not your turn to change it, but with a whole society. Dude, Rorschach is my favorite superhero. I just wish his mask didn't have a picture of my parents fighting on it. I'm making a joke, you biological anomaly. I can't even argue. Biological anomaly is the best insult I have ever seen. The Last of Us star Bella Ramsey speaks on comparisons to the video game Ellie. Whether you like her as Ellie or not is kinda irrelevant. She should still never be bullied for her appearance. It's kinda ridiculous. The Choptivus. When you haven't been in a meme for almost a decade. You look very easy to run away from. And very easy to roll down a hill. Grandad 37 who smashed up pub with hammer in Rampage claims his drink was spiked. Kyle Williams 37 was boozing on a night out in Wirral when he got angry after he thought someone had nicked his keys, returning to a pub later with a hammer to settle the score. What is something left on your Zill bucket list? Getting woken up with a just need to find someone who wakes up earlier than me, which is proving to be difficult for me. One day it'll happen for me. Sleep with your mouth open in the tram and one day it will happen. The US Navy has started using Xbox 360 controllers to control periscopes on some submarines. The old joysticks were described as clunky by junior officers. The change has drastically reduced training times and lowered costs from about $38,000 to $20 per controller. Really great place for a perfect date. Unfortunately, it was my last cinema date before being reported to the police. WCGW cutting off a trailer in a tight space. I see two idiots in this video. Turn your brightness up to reduce the screen reflection. Chilling, then I remember there's 4 babies under me at all times. Snack drawer. Girls when they see depressed girl. Girls when they see depressed boy. So real. That's because girls have real reasons to be depressed. Saturn was in the wrong place today. Compared to boys. Pen stuck on Pringles can. I was bored so I played Russian roulette with my asthmatic friend. I'm still not sure how to make the game more spicy though. Any suggestions? One is pepper spray. How did you choose your username? DM me nice bobbies. I was drunk and horn. PM me your cat. Same. You know how when you're a fast walker and the guy ahead of you is fast too but only 90% as fast as you, so you must pass him, but to pass him, you have to walk comically faster than your normal speed or else you'll be in his personal space too long as you pass. That's annoying. I love the Blessed Virgin Mary. Apparently the new ChatGPT model is obsessed with the Immaculate Conception of Mary. There's a whole team inside OpenAI frantically trying to figure out why and a huge deployment effort to stop it from talking about it in prod. Nobody understands why and it's getting more intense. New gen won't understand how Ledley the Whip was back in 2015. Was probably Ledlier back in the 1800s. Bless Darth Vader, may the force be in you. Darth Invader, the Empire Strikes But, Luke I'm your stepfather. She's not even that good, she's a 5. In other words she's average, and she still wouldn't touch you. You're probably a 2. I'm glad cause I only get 10s. You're 10 fingers. And it's not just spit, they get a little barf in there too. Yummy, like a wine tasting. Is that a hint of celery? Billy getting it. They have had decades of experience using their voice. Not applying that is just inconsiderate. You sure do pick some weird battles. Seriously, they have had decades of experience using their brain and this is the best they can do. I can't tell if it's weak trolling or just a complete lack of common sense and decency. What's a really good face mask that gets rid of all your nasty blackheads? 2 types of cosplay. Mass Morales. Yes, I got pregnant after having and on me, don't care how you all feel about it. If it's a boy, name it Thomas please. I'm gonna talk to my mom. Me, I'm 45 but I have the body of a 19-year-old. Prove it. Me, opens freezer. Have you ever tried blindfolded archery? You don't know what you're missing. Did you know that if you scream Bloody Mary 3 times while staring into a mirror at 3 AM that your parents will tell you to shut the F up and go to bed or they'll call their friends? We're here to help you sleep. Why is your cat in class today? Because I heard my dad tell my mom I'm going to eat that noisy once our son leaves for school today. This is the only food that every single person on's by a different name. Alabama eggs, because it's in umbrella dryers outside places in South Korea. They should put these next to you. Get those last few drips out. If women aren't real, how did a girl send me her bobbies? I don't think they were robotic, ma'am. They looked pretty fleshy, unless the government is that advanced. It wasn't a woman. It was a Discord mod. When you fart and your stomachache disappears. Another day, another attack on voting rights. This is getting ridiculous. Breaking news. Cardinal Guido Sarducci being considered early as a favored possibility. The lion meme is genuinely most unfunny thing ever and just plain weird. Did you just speak? When you realize there are 1.5 billion Slavs and 1.4 billion are your cousins. Get out of the left lane, you slack-jawed Cletus. Mama always told me, never break a person's heart, we only got one, me realizing that they still have 206 bones in their body. Dog food should be food, not burnt brown balls. Start feeding fresh. When my mom doesn't like my taste in men but we both got by the same man. Nice first impressions at job interviews are very important. You won't be getting the job. Me to my ex who cheated on my house. N in jail reading comments you worried about the wrong sentence. The schools are the only evidence I have that America has an education system. Body riddled with parasites after eating raw pork for 10 years. So many friends. I have hired this Remy to stare at you. She's going in a jar. She's very cute. Forest scene from Big Buck Bunny showing light rays through the canopy. Personal life. Tillman has lived in New York City since 2014. He is gay. Update on 6-month puppy. I left my girlfriend. Grandma finding my collection. Deodorants were created to solve a fake problem and thrive thanks to the patriarchy. Come to one of the boys' cabins at youth camp and you'll delete this. Hey, I need a favor from your parents. I want to have a handsome baby. How can my parents help you in that? Can you ask them which position they effed in so I can avoid it? Almost 24 hours p. I can do this. Thank you all so much for joining me while I go on my adventure to stop myself. It means so much to me. Drank more p. My toddler is 3 years old and won't eat anything other than fine porterhouse steaks and sweet port wine. You need to discipline your child. Port is a horrible choice for the main course and wildly clashes with a rich béarnaise. Dude, he's 3 and uncultured. Get a new child. Would it be better if women laid eggs? Would that mean we would lay unfertilized eggs each month rather than have a p***? Imagine being at work and you have to lay your p***ed egg. Oh god. Free lunch. I decided to wear a skirt today and literally had to dust cobwebs off it. Hope you're still talking about the skirt, mate. Me shouting flint and steel and lighting the theater on fire. The minimum wage theater employee. That one guy who just wanted to watch the movie. The mother taking her children to the Minecraft movie. I literally own your paycheck. More like you own the leaves at the top of the tree. Holy LMAO. Katy Perry please stop begged a nun. Then she collapsed and lied. She didn't want the pop singer to buy her convent. Coach in 1984 threatening my life if I tell. My limp self hiding the bad memories. My wife begging me to tell her what's wrong. I'm sweaty. We have a lot to unpack here. First of all, women aren't a monolith. You really can't make assumptions about women based on facts. To everyone who was defending the VRX is better than real X guy, this is the type of stuff he posts. He's a depraved incel. Am I a polymath? So I only do philosophy. When I wake up I think about philosophy. When I clean the room I'm listening to philosophy. All spare time I have I try to either read or write about philosophy. I graduated in philosophy and am currently writing my PhD. My favorite subject to talk about is philosophy. When I do something else I get anxious because I would rather do philosophy instead. What do you think? Am I a polymath? Why is 69 afraid of 70? Because they once had a fight and 71. Sorry guys. 70 is a rumored but no one can prove who's 78. 78 my A. India receives global award for road safety. This is like China getting an award for internet freedom, England for best food, and Saudi Arabia for women empowerment. Disturbed's David Draymond invites Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong to talk after his pro-Palestine lyric change. Been a while since Howie Mandel and Ellen DeGeneres got together. This should be good. 0 days with food. The kids in my basement. Other people using VR headset. Me using VR headset. It legitimately looks like they had a contest for 3rd graders to choreograph this scene and they chose the loser. What's something you can say to both your rotisserie chicken and to your significant other? I prefer you without skin. What? Don Toliver and Kali Uchis at Coachella. So ugly it don't even make sense and look like a paper jam in a 3D printer. I have a confession. When my hubby gets stuck on a part of a video game for a long period of time, I will look up the solution on my phone and then give him vague suggestions to push him in the right direction. I have been doing this for 6 years. A choice. Hello, my Switch lie and what console of Nintendo you recommend me? I would suggest you try to send it to Nintendo to get it repair. The price might be between $110 to $140. OMG, $110 $114, wow, is big price. I'm am from eating scented candles. Mike Leach was talked down from lining up a little person in the backfield and then throwing them over the line of scrimmage in short yardage situations. Other than the optics of doing this, why wouldn't this be allowed? And logistically, shouldn't it work? Be nice to your mother. She makes mistakes too. You are living proof. Love, not your mother. A wise mother will instantly know how to answer her young daughter's curiosity with a double entendre of words and props. I saw you and daddy last night. Why was daddy stealing the baby's milk? Can't blame sharks in these shark attacks. Imagine a bucket of fried chicken came skateboarding through your living room. What do? Stop being to your own race or draw 25. Uncle Ruckus. Nobody. Me, since the only test I passed was the bipolar test. My dad. Invisible Man. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Me. They're the same picture. They took down our display tank and replaced it with 70 Mufases. Ugh. Husband tries to act sad. My 72-year-old mother just informed me she is going to her first ex party and doesn't know what to bring. After some delicate questioning, gender reveal mom. It's called a gender reveal. Apparently they made a movie together and they were in a wedding scene and a real priest of some sort performed a real ceremony. Apparently they were in a movie together. It was Bram Stoker's Dracula. You uncultured Q-tip, LMAO. Uncultured Q-tip is my new favorite phrase, but thanks. Was evil or misunderstood. Your parents regret not being pro-choice every 15 minutes. Excuse me my lady, but I must tell you that your stench is quite succulent indeed. May I have your contact information and address? To converse further, of course. Indeed, fine soir, they shall receive the extra missing chromosome that Val lurks for. Why don't black people pay rent in the US? Because jails are free. You're so ugly even zombies wouldn't eat you out. Today I met with the Holy Father Pope Francis. I'm grateful for his invitation to meet and I pray for his good health. Happy Easter. Have a list of people you need to visit ASAP. The front of a liquor store. At least they are being responsible and sending their wives instead of drinking and driving. I surprise these eggs, they don't even know who is next. This is how serial killers are made. The size of the mirrors on that predator, I'm surprised he didn't hear the cops breathing under the pier. You know he heard the sun come up that morning, lol. I want to ask you to. Madonna and Elton John have officially neutralized their beef with the power of forgiveness. What was their beef about? The Library of Alexandria got burnt down, so we don't really know the beginning of it. Sisters donate their kidneys to strangers to honor their dad who lied from kidney failure. So kidney failure runs in the family and they donate a kidney. You wake up tomorrow and the year is 2001. What do? I'm making sure Alia misses her flight. Any other flights in 2001 you might want to stop. Now I'm good. How you should dry the baby after a bath. Handling tip. Drying baby. Yes. No. Oh, needy minion pan and coke is guess Milton. Google feud. How does Google autocomplete this query? Marrying your cousin. Sweet Home Alabama intensifies. But you believe cutting off your pen makes you qualified to compete as a woman. Talk about mental. Ha 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 ha. I believe she's a reffing loser. Oddly, you having a pen doesn't make you a man either. Never disregard the power of positive thinking. This athlete sought fame and recognition. After every game, he believed that burying his jersey in the backyard would lead to a higher performance in the next game. As he did so, he would give praise and glory to his higher power and would pray for an even better performance next game. Don't believe me? Just Google search hole. How do you turn zero? Neurologists would whistle like mechanics if they saw your brain. The people in movies based off true stories. The picture of the real person at the end of the movie. Make better choices. Endangered Hawaiian monk seals keep getting eels stuck up their noses and scientists want them to stop. I love twin-themed characters. My Hornet couldn't be Batman, I would be Bust. Puts in female villains before turning them into the point people question if I'm really the hero or just a person in a mask. How's your son doing in the big city? He's like a fish out of water. Or is he struggling? No. Lead? Hiroshima, 1945, 2010. Detroit, 1945, 2010. The lesson. It's easier to come back from a nuclear strike than 5 decades of Democrat control of government. By this logic, we should get another Democrat to nuke Detroit first like Truman did with Hiroshima. We are missing steps. Adorable. Please keep updating us. She did. I have since become and pill addict and no longer care about hamsters. Discord. Hi Daddy Senate. Cappy, are you okay? That is a grown man. This is like a reverse. Oh, the little girl is driving the white van with free cigarettes on the side. Yes. Tim, what's your body count? Me. For what? Tim, people you have slept with. Me. Oh, I thought you saw the basement. Tim, what? Me. What? Trade offer. I receive. Your soul. You receive. Kitten. Doctor, how old are you? Me. I'll be 23 next week. Doctor, wow, you're optimistic. Doctor, me. We're going to invade Belgium and then France. Our tank. What base plate? I'm gonna peel off your skin like an orange. The universe is made up of protons, neutrons, electrons, and a lot of mons. I should probably change my PC's wallpaper now. LMAO, did one of them do something newsworthy? OC just looked it up. My dad lied 3 years ago, but on Google Maps he is still doing some gardening which he loved. Plants vs Zombies. Hey you there, stop videoing me with your phone and give me a hand. I'm sorry but you look customizable. Anyways, about 14 to 15. Probably the fact that I'm blonde and have no makeup on, lol. Mayhaps. Mia the hubby, my platonic male colleague. Me and my husband saw you from across the bar. Why didn't the USA win the Olympic looting? Because the arena wasn't in a high school. Don't take this the wrong way, but you strike me as the kind of person to fill a waterbed with spring water to bounce higher. Just went out wearing my 1920s clothing and heard a girl ask her mom if I was a ghost, to which her mom replied, no, I think that's just a lesbian. What vibes does my bedroom give off? 15 years old and avid indoors man. 59-year-old Singaporean model Chuando Tan, and who is the young Asian man carrying him? Why he F was I a young adult in the 90s? Don't get me wrong. Nothing was filmed at the time, so I did get away with a couple of shameful things. It was fun, but heterosexuality was the norm and I missed so many opportunities. Old man. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Title people. He didn't want to sell it to a black guy, you can easily tell that. Have you tried going to buy cars dressed like that? Not everything is always about race. Maybe, just maybe, it ain't that deep and you can come to a rational solution before using that race card you so cherish. Stop it right there, buddy. As a artist myself, I recognize one of my own. Guys, is my cat actually ugly or is he like? Is he Yeah, but he's also a lead of cat called a British exotic short hair. Sorry, but the way he looks he might as well have seen the bombardment of Britain. You're effing so fit. Are you homie? Guy, hey, I would like to have some chili. Waitress, I'm sorry sir, but this is a Japanese restaurant. Guy stretches his eyes. Harrow, I would like to have some chili. Ism 100. She's the person that illuminates the room when she walks in, isn't she? Much like a flashbang and about as pleasant. I like them big, I like them chunky. That's not a cat, it's actually 3 smaller cats in fat cat suit trying to buy a cinema ticket to an over 18s movie. The chances of being chilled by a cockerel are low, but never zero. How do you spell lying wrong but you managed to get resurrected right? I'm German and had a major brain bleed 2 years ago. The spelling made my brain bleed. Not funny man. Dane Bamage. You don't need this. Self-love isn't the answer. Thank you for loving me like no woman ever loved me before. Wow. Congrats on spreading rumors about me. I know it's hard spreading something other than your legs. What's the worst time to get horn? At grandma's house. Why is that a bad time? Grandma is always willing to help her grandkids. 4 tires, 255 60 18 in good condition, $200 plus installation. Whose punch was the deadliest? Who known for with 1057 men in under 24 hours is reportedly pregnant. I'm sitting this one. Even Maury couldn't deal. Lol. Fact. I mean, if the is 99% effective, she is probably pregnant with 10.5 babies. I blocked my brother who is a snarker and now he's trying to communicate through our mom. Blocked my phone number and everywhere else. Can you forward this to him please? Time to lie, as seen at the doctor's office. To the stupid lady who thought she could slap my daughter in her prom dress at Taco Bell, bet you weren't expecting the beatdown you got. We are also filing charges. Where was this at? Taco Bell. Letter written by Napoleon to his wife in 1802. Will be home in 3 days. Don't wash. Imagine X in the 19th century. OMG, you would spend 15 minutes unbuttoning 650 buttons only to get to a that hasn't been washed since last week's river water bath. When you finally get SRS bud, then the foreign nurse starts visiting you during your recovery. I'm regret my clam. Israel this, Israel that, gal gadget girl, focus on your acting first because is really bad. Crunch rap in my throat. What the F is a Thank you for asking Matthew, it's a throat noisy. Hold on, Fortnite might have cooked here. These reaction images make me so mad bro. Now that I got your attention, the Jews are. Please tell me how to fix a broken heart that's crushed into pieces. Find a new organ donor. That heart will be useless for the transplant. So I decided I would start doing dark humor on X. The vein finder at Doc's office was fun to mess around with. The urge to point it at my D would be overwhelming, I think. Trying to find your main vein. Need a microscope. When she talking about something serious but a helicopter is going by. Zebra seeing that the cameraman who filmed the lion starts filming him. What I mean when I say I have some errands to run. Teacher, what are you laughing at? Me, nothing. My brain, laughed waffle. What is road closed due to major traffic incident? The road in Bearwood is currently closed due to an overturned car. My bestie Gail King went to space. There's a sentence I never thought I would say. If I slapped your book club sticker on a book called The Effing Room, would you read it? My new favorite thing is asking my class to share a boring fact about themselves. Way too much pressure to share an interesting fact. Today I shared I don't like mayo on sandwiches. One student puts both socks on before putting on shoes. Another eats a pound of turkey each day. How to get a girlfriend in the 4th grade. I tried it. I lost my teaching license and now I'm in jail. Bought refurbished iPhone 11. For a new iPhones you can try controls. Never personally tried but heard good reviews. Nakashify and controls are two cheeks of the same A. Add the word Zuli at the end of a sentence. Let's see how weird this gets. How are you, Zuli? I'm sorry to hear about your father passing away. Is there anything I could do, Zuli? My brain, please be red velvet cake with raspberry filling that gushes out when you cut it. Henry Rollins recommends. Side. Me, giggling. Hush darling, they gonna hear us. My lad, a victim. What happens if he dislikes the wine? He dates the owner of the restaurant. You'll remember when our grandmas used to make us put before we went on dates just to make sure we didn't have ex. Who is y'all? Man spent 12 years in coma, says he heard everything including his mother saying I hope you lie. I hear that all the time without being in a coma. Anyone knows the source? This one's ton. I have read this back in high school. I just forgot the source. Edit. Never mind 347653. Well, that didn't last long, lol. POV. You're a shower salesman in 1941 and you suddenly receive an order for 20,000 units. What the F is going on here? Keratinosis before and after. Left was me in December, right is me now after I stopped eating carrots every day. Not relevant to OP, but I'll learn two things today. 1. Keratinosis can be passed to a second person if they ingest the first person's. 2. Vladimir eats too many carrots. There has never been another nation ever that has existed much beyond 250 years. Not a single one. America's 250th year is 2025. The next 4 years are gonna be pretty interesting considering everything that's already been said. My local pub is older than your country. Man wins competition to name new leisure center in Selby and picks Selby Leisure Center. Native Americans when they go to a restaurant and the waiter asks for their reservation. Not all fat people lie, early skinny ones lie too. Yeah, but I'll fit in my I ain't gotta deal with this. My body, my choice. Bob guys, A guys, personality guys, thigh guys, feet guys. Congrats to Jeff Bezos for sending 6 women screaming into outer space for 11 minutes on a giant mock rocket. The company used and changed the bottle's shape and sales increased by 700%. Has anyone ever actually had a negative experience with trans women in the bathroom or sports, or is that just an excuse for Republicans to be transphobic? The latter. If you're sleeping and someone blows air on your eyes won't react, but if you're awake they will flutter a bit. That's how I check if someone is really sleeping. Learned it from my scout leader who is now in prison. He's not wrong though, cause how the F did Easter go from being about Jesus and his crucifixion to looking for Easter eggs and baskets full of candy? I don't think crucifying little kids would be very fun. What do you mean? That sounds awesome, I do it all the time. Your son has passed away. Attractive men don't be phobic. They're used to getting attention from everybody. It be the ugly creatures talking about if bruh hit on me, I'm gonna chill him. The girls don't even hit on you. You looked like you snuck on Earth. Be for real. What's your ethnicity? Very light skinned, lol, mix of white and black. If he had a nose ring it would be living in a mansion. I don't want a man. I want a term donor. Now come on, join us. POV, you are plus sized. She looks like she went to the mall and Hot Topic farted on her. Me and all my pals when the crap finally hits in. You're slaying, man. Mind you, he's a dentist. Hello, berries in the woods. I'm actually a real doctor, not a mouth chiropractor. I have the degrees and an appropriate relationship with nurses to prove it. Imagine this family being worried about your unborn baby's appearance. Oprah knows what's up. Gramps over on the top right corner looking like he just crawled out of the grave. Took one last. I have 22 petabytes of storage. How much did it cost you? And what the F do you have that's 15 petabytes? One picture of your mother. My reaction to the leak. The audience. Holy shit. To Oblivion remakes. Oblivion. Skyblivion. Remaster for an authentic playthrough. Skyblivion so I can kidnap and F the goblins with my Skyrim mods. Based. Rate my professor is really something. Awful. I never wore my seatbelt while driving to school because I wanted to lie before making it to his class. There are guys who avoid walking behind a girl by speeding up and stuff so they don't feel stalked. I should know, being the reincarnation of Jeffrey Dahmer. The girl is just doing the same. Haha, yes, I have a question. What the F? You can't gloss over that. Phew, it's hard work dungeon copping. I need a stamina potion. Gosh darn, it's stuck. Okay, come here you little rascal. Teehee, oh boy. Nice try, Frank. Or come on, man. I hope this person is having a good day. Taylor Swift fan. Woman hides identity because she called in sick to work. I went blind after doing 13 cartwheels in a row. Oh. Y'all would F a tree if it had absent blue eyes. Welcome to Mount Creepmore. It only loots gay people. Oh, now I know why most guns are black. Just met the man who sized me in 1996 and he pretended to not remember me. The axe forgets but the tree remembers. People on Polymarket are already betting on who will replace Pope Francis. Bro didn't even respawn yet and you're already doing fantasy draft for Pope 2.0. All of a sudden Green Day wants to be political. Lately been dressing as a man that Lana Del Rey might be sad by. I think she maintains a strictly professional relationship with her makeup artist actually. Huge pet peeve in video games is when you can't hold your breath underwater for very long or it takes a good while to regain your breath above water. Unrealistic. Like, my condolences to the devs for your lack of breath support, but that just could not be me. Are you a frog or perhaps a turtle? I'm a saxophone player. Same thing. I ran over a speed bump. It was screaming. 20 minutes later I got pulled over by a police officer who came to my car and asked, "So you ran over a pedestrian?" I said if he's black and wearing yellow he's a speed bump. The officer said to me, "Yeah, that checks out. He was wearing yellow and he was also black." Back in my day we didn't wear helmets. We would just lie there unconscious until someone came to get us for dinner. If Catty is an astronaut after spending 11 minutes in space, I consider myself a professor of ecology. Auto-tune not available due to strong solar storms. Time to send Taylor Swift. When she gets back she can write a song about her expedition. Chill the F out. Is this offensive? Work. You can send pic. Go #screenshots. Answer my ask. Pulling to the side is hotter than taking them off and you can't change my mind. I find it hotter to their mouth. Then tell me about their childhood like it's play. This N gets 0 play. Sometimes people cry after they dumb. Boo this N. Well, at least we know it's not stolen. Why was that a first thought? I had heard of the fingering trick to prevent a dog attack and even had to use it one time about 3 years ago in Memphis. A woman was being attacked and the dog wouldn't let go. I approached and when the moment was right jammed a finger right in there. It didn't have as much effect as I expected it to and eventually the owner dragged the dog off. The woman thanked me for trying but reminded me it was the dog I was supposed to F you. Take my upvote. This is what my FBI agent is gonna see from now on. How white are you scale? Nose shape, eye color, height, skin color. How white are you? Ha 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 ha, good one. 5 guys doing some serious damage to my guts right now. 6 when I get there. What? Jesus. Crying girl. The French flag for some reason. Jesus punishes a sinner by making her French. Calm down. I don't know why it keeps happening as he's actively stomping on balloons. Guys definitely using Ancestry.com as a dating site. Brother has been sun-dried. I will not be taking any, nor will I ever bend the knee to anyone, except the woman I'm asking to marry me, period. You have never had X and it shows. Think my 2 children would disagree, to be fair. Should really stop f***ing your kids. I did once and got blasted into this world. Has anyone else ever been here? She has the processing power of an abacus sunk in a peat bog. Never get there in the end. Transparent background. Transparent background. I'm curious, what's the dumbest idea you have that you nevertheless believe will, if implemented, make the world a better place? If you don't use a turn signal, your car doesn't turn. Brilliant. I still think Puss in Boots 2 Across the Spider-Verse and the Wild Robot should have one. Wild Robot maybe. I agree with you mostly. I haven't seen The Boy and the Heroine yet, so I can't agree with you 100% here. Heroine. Japan has made a gun called Speech Jammer that can stop people from talking. Pretty sure a regular gun can do that too. Why they standing? Like they are trying to tell me I have cell service. Work smart, not hard. I'm always when I work though. Either construction or photography. Preschool teacher. You promised you wouldn't play Wonderwall anymore. I said maybe. Spending $200,000 on veneers just for everyone to say they look bad. Could eat corn through a chain link fence. I have never in my life met a feminist and then walked away going, wow, that was an incredibly happy person. This is quite the cell phone. Because the common denominator in all these interactions is that they just met you. Van Driver unlocks diamond skin after capturing president's kids. Coaxed into every school romance manga recently. Minor cleavage. Blushing nerd reaction. Is the minor cleavage a minor amount of cleavage or cleavage of someone who is a minor? Friday, April 18, 1930, the BBC Radio News Bulletin from London stated, "Good evening. Today is Good Friday. There is no news." Piano music followed for roughly 15 minutes. A typhoon swept through late in the Philippines, causing extensive damage. If you had to sleep with two people with combined age of 25, what age is your choosing? Some men said keep the change. 6 and 7 keep the change. Do you think my dog is overweight? Which aspect of the RAF's role from 1980 to today do you find the most interesting? Support. Why? My wife is on Tinder. I'm the Lorax, I speak for the trees. So why the F are they speaking Vietnamese? Me after telling the little kids at the preschool that hopping in my van is fun. But my heart is big, I can't ride a heart. Name a villain who was 100% right. POV. Not good at dark humor, so you ask the darkest guy you know. Everybody else. My mom just lied. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm here if you need anything. I have a boyfriend, and I have a mom. Katy Perry. Wait, it's just Earth. Jeff Bezos. Always has been. If you suddenly discovered that people you had fantasized about while embating were always fully aware of this, what would your first thoughts be? Do they know the details or just that it happened? Andy acted while fantasizing about Maya on the balcony while I but my mother is one thing and he embated to me is entirely different. What the F, Andy? Had a come to Jesus moment today. Afterwards I cleaned myself off in the bathroom and returned to work. Doctor, you'll have to take this pill once a day for the rest of your life. Patient, but doc, there's only 3 pills. Doctor. If you were in a room with all of your cell partners, what would you say to them? Please disregard the goat at least until you hear the full story. I beg your pardon. Don Toliver and Kali Uchis at Coachella and look like a biblical punishment. The birds were awarded with food pellets when they correctly identified episodes of Twin Peaks. Jin falls in love with the idol beauty whose husband sold her into slavery, and Mugen tries to make his fortune in Beetle sumo wrestling. 2 types of people. People with dark humor. New followers. Good morning. I start new master race with AZNQT to take over the world, which I will then rule from this my palace fortress complex in Agartha. All my bros will conquer. Like I was saying, the circus is just one of my careers. The real money comes from Frosted Flakes. Why do Mexicans never get sick? Why? Because they take all their pills. Please leave the WWE. So sick to see you. Talentless diva ever. They keeping you thanks to the scripts and relatives of Heart Family, not 100%. The first all demon space crew who tried to find the entity who owns their souls. They done black swapped Rexplode, or Arab swapped him. What effing race is Rexplode? It's just that a browner skin color made more sense with his powers. Just like how the Asian twins have overpopulation as powers. Mummy Pig is 26 years old. Daddy Pig is 46 years old. Why are you replying with a picture of your father after I'm done with him? She kind of fine. Good English, Tyler. She kind of fine. It's she's, not she. Haha. That high note at the end was the the urinal. Men would drive from 2 towns over just to get a whiff of grandma's muffin. As a straight male, how would you feel about your child having a homosexual school teacher who they're around for 8 hours of the day? If a gay teacher teaches my child the difference between there and there, I'm good. I'm sick of Katy Perry pretending her space trip was a feminist win, attempting to boost the vanity trip. She said in an interview, "It's about making space for future women and taking up space and belonging." Well, sorry to bring her back to Earth, but Katy Perry is not a trailblazing astronaut, she is a space tourist. Imagine marrying Russell Brand and that not even being the most embarrassing thing you have ever done. Why is she sitting like that applauding like it's golf? The girl next to her seems more excited, bro. Georgina has seen Cristiano Ronaldo. Nothing is more exciting than that. Why is 8-Ball a cop's favorite game? Why? Because it ends with white on black violence. Please, for the love of God, learn the difference. She was bawling at her grandmother's funeral. Oh, why grandma? She was bawling at her grandmother's funeral. LMAO, get dunked on grandma. If you're sleeping and someone blows air on your eyes won't react, but if you're awake they will flutter a bit. That's how I check if someone is really sleeping. Learned it from my scout leader who is now in prison. Food was great, good service, atmosphere seemed to have a self vibe, not my scene. I miss a wild pizza that used to be at this location. How about you go lack by Denoff if you like him better, noisy boy? Have you lacked him yet? Go lack him, boy. Have you lacked him yet? Welcome to my office. I'm an alpha female who wants an alpha male. Some dude named Rudolf Schenkel, yes really, wrote a bogus paper about wolf hierarchy using captive wolves in zoos during World War II that was later discredited by the guy who published it, and now every day of my life I gotta hear this stupid shit from you dumbfounded dipshit troglodytes. Adulthood is wild because one day you get a little sleepy and then you stay that way for the rest of your life. When the cops only convict you of the body in your trunk and they don't check your home, your snacks are safe. Me showing a rich old man with dementia our family photos generated by AI so he can include me in his will. If you donated blood you probably had another man's pen. Shad is waving at you. Tap to wave back. F you waving at. I'm sorry. Did the word squeeze get its name from the sound a hamster makes as you crush the life of it? I recently played through the Paw Patrol game and I can't even explain how angrily horn I was playing it without a character to laugh after. Eventually those dogs started looking pretty good. I'm not saying I would F one of the Paw Patrol, but I'm saying that if I had to pick one to F I know which one it would be. It's Zuma, based as F a man who knows what he wants. You act so unemployed for someone who is employed. This has to be my favorite insult I have received on this app. Most of being an adult is whispering F this while doing it anyway. Jazz is watching a band warm up for 2 hours and then they leave. Wife caught me. What do I say? It makes me sick. I wash my face with that sink. You cute. You need therapy. You need to go to therapy. Get therapy or I'm effing done. It's not hurting anyone. Just get. Kate could have contributed more to society if she started selling her blood for lonely people like me to drink. Me after managing to get out of bed despite actively not wanting to exist. Take that, depression. I shout tralala when my comes out. Whatever, Mr. Crab. Thanks for confirming. Please allow me a moment to check the details. Okay, while I'm checking this for you, how's your day? Any special plans? Costly. Oh, I see. Mudlarking for artifacts along the Mississippi riverbank in Memphis. What is that pyramid in the background? Bass Pro Shops. 29 little hacks that could save your life. Is that a reffing Game Boy cartridge case? This is a legit life hack because keeping a balloon in your wallet is bad news. The friction from it being in your pocket or jostled around wears down the latex and can cause it to tear. If you keep one on you in a Game Boy cart case, that won't be an issue because no one will have sex with you. Kids going trick-or-treating in the black neighborhood while wearing their grandpa's old ghost costumes. You eat human flesh but you're all of a sudden against shark fin. I don't get it. Human flesh. Care to elaborate? I assume everyone is a c***l here. They're ready when the baby stops screaming. The average American child sees 12,000 acts of media violence per year. Don't worry, our children are far above average. The cat demands flesh. Accept my DM. No, don't accept it. In one post you're led there looking for a girl ages 19 to a whopping 33 and you're under a 17-year-old girl's post talking about accepting DMs. This doesn't even seem like some dark joke either. Seek help N. All the numbers in your comment added up to 69. Congrats. 19 plus 33 plus 17 equals 69. Plastic in my food. That's dried starchy unfrosted Pop-Tart. He looks like a mix between a bootleg Harry Potter and a child's lost sock puppet with the name of that one character from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. My wife's face on our wedding day compared to when she met Rob. Expects doctor to show up and discharge him from hospital. Make-A-Wish representatives show up instead. He gets excited when he sees Whitey. Amount of Bumble dates where I pull those down and get a whiff of uncleanliness normally ends up with me giving a half hate and breaking it off the following day. If you want someone to do the stuff you want, you got clean your cute properly, ladies. Help, I commit vehicular manslaughter. Peter Griffin wants to know your location to congratulate you. Don't get political, you're just a pretty boy toy, that's all you are. Why males take so long to mature, y'all, or something. Why females take so long to get ready, you're ugly or something. Hey, yo, you single, hold up, I'm still looking at your pictures, now I'm taken. Powder in the River Thames is another problem eels don't need, says expert. This is the neighbor's kid mom wants to play with. How is this type of cap called? Finally found him. Come on Keith Richards. Come on Keith Richards. Damn, I got the Pope. What? Astrology? Oh, you mean birthday? Ha ha ha. That made me giggle out loud. Lol. I'm gonna use this in the future. Space birthday combination. Tommy Richman previews a new collab with XE Red. LMAO, he looks like he's wearing a wire. If they add one more filter to these pics, they could purify water. The path of righteousness, stopping them by being a kind and respectful person. The path that rocks, stopping them by ensuring that there are no other races. You trying to dox me? I'm not gonna say it, bro. You gotta be important to be doxed. The voices in my head watching me finally loot up the school. If you were Wolverine, who would you make your girlfriend? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I choose her? Imperial Spy. I had a nightmare as a kid about this dude chilling me by ironing me on an ironing board. My roommate hates when his clothes smell like food. This is him at Japanese BBQ. I played my cheating wife's tape at our wedding. I don't know who this is, but his face scares me. His mocky wants Boeing. Once I was babysitting my neighbor 6-year-old and she asked me why I was so ugly, and without thinking I said I'm you from the future, and she cried for like 30 minutes. What the F did my friend just order? British people proudly call this puts and bolts or some shit. This layout is really unique and cool, but I'm pretty sure most people who will try to play this would themselves. I took that into account while making it. Playground equipment in the early 1900s. Now you know why we loot people. Religion is like having a pen. It's cool until you whip it out and start shoving it in other people's faces. It's fine to love yours, but if you start poking kids with it, we have got a problem. Only show it in church. What a priest would say. It's okay to love yours, just don't break your spine while at it. I drew the weekend. How it started, how it ended. Bro turned into a Christmas tree. Accountant 38 bullied at work, wanted to go out with a bang, so stole £170,000 from his bosses and spent it all in one weekend on powder and prostitutes. She lacks any critical thinking capability. Arguing with her is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how well you play, it will knock over the pieces and she on the board, and then strut around like it won. Help, you look like the people from anti-smoking PSAs. You look like Jimmy Neutron with maxed out stats. Eating a straw to prove that turtles are bees. So sanity when I donate 1 heart. So sanity when I donate 10 hearts. Guy, the last one to jump into the pool is a loser. Jumps. The people on the 48th floor of the building. Reading a Reels comment section feels like I'm reading pages of Minecraft. Realized like 10 years too late you can probably F these. You can't. The inside layer is too tight, so when you move the outside with your hand the inside doesn't move. Or so I'm told. You so beautiful XE. An attempt was made. Yes. Sand photo. Taylor Swift can now buy Kanye West and still have $700 million left for herself. Taylor Swift cannot buy Kanye West as this was abolished in 1865 in the United States. When she's in the other room waiting for you to apologize and she hears the PlayStation beep. How has serving impacted you? My wife F 10 guys while I was gone and I'm afraid of fireworks. My cat's the second I try to lack my she. Lol, my dog for real, but he tries to lick up the mess after. Pope Francis meeting JD Vance a day later he lied. Wonder if the Pope said thank you. He's not even wearing a suit. Probably needed a hug. You wouldn't hug someone just because they're fat. LMFAO. Read my comment and really sound it out. I understand reading comprehension is difficult, but I believe in you. Show me you have more cortical folds than belly folds. Me p the inside of the bowl to make less noise. My brother trying to eat his cereal. Is it illegal to make it so that when someone rings your doorbell a bucket of water pours on them? Like if I wanted to prevent people from ringing my doorbell, is this a legal option? My boyfriend LMAO, babe, princess, angel, precious little nugget, slumbering little bug. If you don't answer me the pet names are gonna start getting meaner. Bowl of cereal that's been sitting out for like an hour. What in the name of Lucifer is that abomination next to the ace? 161 of clubs. When I can't fall asleep I use this massage gun on my temple until I faint. I use it on my taint until I femple. I wanna see your computer though. Where is the computer? What did I just read? Gotta cop myself a pair. I have these lol, it's so funny to see my neighbor blame the dogs for sheeing on his porch. Do you have a nice D? How am I supposed to answer that? Has your D been raised in a nice home? Does your D have manners? He gets home. Mine is gentleman. Always stands in front of ladies. When will the overzoolization of women's costumes end? I'm watching TikToks. Bro looks like a chocolate muffin. How many points for just stop oil protesters? I'll run them over for nothing. Why isn't there an equivalent of whales in the sky? Suicide is never the answer. You gotta outlive your enemies. This is strangely motivational. Don't chill yourself. You have so much to live for. Huh. What's that? Ran out of vodka. Is a KMCs have really cool nicknames. Ruler of Monsters, Devil of the Rhine, Black Swordsman, Sorcerer King, The panty thief, devil of the shield. That one dude in the prison shower for no reason. Good morning neighbor. Morning bro. Can you please fire your wife quietly please? I'm sleeping. I'm in the office bro. I just burnt the she out myself with the curling iron on my neck. I'm showing you so you don't think it's a awesome she. Guys, am I cooked? She farted while he was going in and they both laughed about it. Focus on yourself gang. Man going viral after he sent girls that stay over home with a goodie bag. What the F? I couldn't wait to get to the car to post this she. So I stayed at this dude house and before I left he said grab a bag. No the F he didn't. Holy F, so many girls are still shaming other girls for baiting or ashamed of themselves for doing it. Like grow up and buy a Viber Jessica, it's almost 2019, your boyfriend thinks that this is an island off the coast of Vietnam. Where is the dog you adopted? Bark. Men after knowing each other for a month. Bro, what's your name? Hey y'all, here's the newest draft. Change the verb form. Here be. Tom looks like Palpatine attempting to blend into society. Plus size traveler slams airport after worker refused to push her wheelchair because she's too heavy. Plus, looks like multiplication to me. I asked ChatGPT to imagine herself and to think about me. My girl keeps vandalizing my car, how do I get her to stop? I love to cheat with mobies. I stopped a woman getting kidnapped today. Really? How? Self-control. Hold up. Sean Penn looks like all three Stooges put together. The last woman who touched this guy was the nurse when he was born. His mother never held him and fed him with a sling. I effing knew that wasn't birdshie in my backyard, but no one believed me when I said it didn't taste like birdshie. You can make orange juice on his hat. These noise cancelling headphones are great, I can't hear a thing. And your first wishes? Triple world hunger, hum, and your second? Double student debt. Toilet paper is now adhesive. Make everyone feel the movement of their organs, the brain no longer filters it out. The small dog endures quietly as to not scare the kids. Damn, that's effed up. Not much he can do unfortunately. What's a non-Zol thing that you find super hot? Molten lava. How's molten lava isn't Zol? It's our Mother Earth's warm discharge. I want our kids to learn about AIOU instead of LGBTQ. Hi pre-K teacher here. No need to worry Nancy, it's in our curriculum to cover all the letters eventually. This week we are working on SGFU. Babe, do you like jelly roll? What's that? A guy. Him, can I push your stool in? Let's see how dinner goes first. I hope you have grown and changed as a person. Me, see how realistic looking my hand puppet is. The nurse at the proctologist examination. I heard someone say they knew a guy named Hunter in college but he was vegan so they all called him Gatherer, and I think that's hilarious. Me giving Tyler Vitelli back Tyler Vitelli, wait, not in front of people, me, hish, it's okay, let them watch, let them know you're mine. Man shares DNA test for big boy dog, turns out he's a wolf. Any American since the Second Amendment, weapons are part of my religion. My put after realizing it's finally in a real girl instead of Taco Bell Crunch Wrap Supreme. Hold up. Repeat after me. After me. Is he serious? No, his name is Steve. 53 years old in 1987. 53 years old in 2025. I'm gonna reffing lie disease. Symptoms. One nostril is blocked at night when you go to sleep. Toddler sees disabled person. Toddler looks at his mother and she puts a finger before her mouth. Toddler starts pointing. Mommy, look, he has a weird face. Allow me to enlighten you. That's what I'm talking about. Jordan, what up dog? Chilling in my room uncle, there's a suspected looter on campus so I'm staying here. How the women treating you player? My female cat sprayed her venal On my M1 Pro. The question is, am I completely cooked? I left for 2 hours, came home to my MacBook covered in it. I cleaned it and it turned on, but is it just a tickling clock now? Cat K Pro. You wake up tomorrow and the year is 2002. What do you do? In 2002 I was 14. I would hug my mom. She would still be alive. Goo goo gaga, I guess. Can you do this? No, that's hard. True love never lies, said the philiac. Until we meet again. Yenny. Then stop having a problem with it, you underdeveloped cabbage. American girls be like, I ready to settle down. No thanks, I have better options. Name a famous Japanese person without using Google. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, there has to be one, right? So I'm guessing that in the unlikely event you get to reproduce twice, you'll be naming your kids Tower 1 and Tower 2 then. See, I can make insensitive and appropriate jokes to you, insular dumbubble. Disney is halting the production of live-action remakes after the failure of Snow White at the box office. You all owe Rachel Zegler an apology. She saved the world. The better question is, if there's ice cream in Zootopia, then who is getting put milk? And that's a fact. Someone recently told me that difficult to work with often really means difficult to take advantage of in creative industries, and I haven't stopped thinking about that for weeks. Person sees a plane, gets out of building. Everyone else in the towers. Breaking news. Singer-songwriter Lana Del Rey has been eaten by a pelican. Save the cows. Milk lady. If going into space for 3 minutes makes you an astronaut, then that means I must be a gynecologist. Let's see how many birthday likes I get when it comes up. My birthday cake, which I have not gotten to yet. Who's all going to my mom's house for ice cream cake? Let me know before 6. No one came to my party. I can't believe I can still get this for £4 from my local chippy in this day and age. Then you, when your family celebrates your birthday with a Black Forest cake. Pathetic. X is already baptized. In many cases I agree, but if it's consensual and between two loving people, I feel there is really no comparison. Especially if it's within marriage. There's no such thing as a loving person who has X. It's just about an which stenography aligns with. Marriage makes no difference. Guitar Hero, Nirvana Edition. Do horses have to constrict a blood while they run? I remember watching a Casual Geographic and this random factoid coming up, but I can't find the video, so I'm just wondering if I made up this fact. Thank you in advance. What? I don't know what you're asking. Last night I had a dream that I told a joke that was so funny it chilled people. I woke up after chilling someone with it and in my tired stupor rushed to write it down before I forgot it or fell back asleep. I just checked and this is what I wrote down. Yo girl so dangle she sprangle. Whips out my. Dude just got a 3rd degree burn from being in sun too long. Bro was born in 2016. 2013 lol bro. The first giant I trained in Clash of Clans is older than him. Mommy, can I please get the overweight middle-aged man action figure? He's going in the jar either way. Woman at work said I have Smeagol hands. About to hand me a poison apple looking A. I hope a squirrel commits a crime on you. Misaki, the doctor told me your body is weak, maybe I need to force you to work out. No way, I told you I'll never work out. What's that? Engineers Club gave me this stuff, now I can control anyone for short time. Let's get to workout now. So I'll use your body for one day. Hey wait, what? Then everything went dark. Me in the womb wasting time instead of saving money and buying land. Finding Daddy. This actually sounds like a good movie. This is fake bruh. If it wasn't for school, I wouldn't believe the US had schools. 1 star. Croatia will be a nuclear power before this app works. This app is worse than using half-ply toilet paper. The problem with Miles Morales in Marvel Rivals. What the F is this thumbnail? He looks like if Ben 10 was drawn from memory. He looks like Ellie from The Last of Us. He asked for my number and I said I had a man and he said so why your ash is not done. You know I had to get that number. Never buying Gatorade again. £5 bucket of effing horse electrolytes from Tractor Supply. Never getting hungover again or being iron deficient. I'm the boss. Sipping on half of a horse dose and I feel great. My skin is effing tingling. In high school a girl mocked my laugh and I have been laughing consciously since, faking it often. People don't realize how much a joke can impact other people's lives. My ex mocked my laugh when I was younger, but it's okay, I didn't need to laugh a lot because his jokes were lame. What the? Is it time for another Popes R Us convention already? Me. Haha, stop it. I'm really ticklish. My Bro has a free AirPods case. Day 11. The humans still don't know I adopted a cat. Play Master of Puppets. It sounds like you're quickly drawing random things with a half-broken pencil. People fear these apps, Gemini, ChatGPT, but he did something they can't do. RFK Jr. has announced a new disease registry that will track Americans with autism. I mean, they are the easiest group to load onto trains. My house if I was in SpongeBob. There aren't any strawberries in the ocean, you effing idiot. There aren't any squirrels in the ocean too. Yes there is, bro, have you forgotten Sandy? The F is she even doing there? She's mocking all the sea creatures with her big squirrel. It's too early for this. I need a goddamn. Would you rather get a raging every time you're around a child or scream the but every time someone says Obama? For one of my uncles the choice here would be which one to give up. What could be worse than finding a huge cockroach in the kitchen? Who deserves the seat? Tell me who and why. Age before beauty. C, because he's white. People say I have an obsession, but I really don't see why. What's the worst time to get horn? At work. As a mall Santa. Low. I heard the Happy Wheels sound effect, lol. Oh lord. I think that gay marriage should be between a man and a woman. Arnold Schwarzenegger. If I walk into a girl's house and she got like 50 plants, I know she's a keeper because she already takes care of a bunch of useless F's. What's one more? You are what you eat. Unhealthy choices. Healthy choices. My goldfish tastes saltier than usual. Should I feed him more plant-based products? Happily married to my 5'5" king for 8 years while you're getting ghosted by 6'2" alcoholics with 7th grade reading levels, but go off about how you only date tall men, I guess. Boy 5 takes powder to school, says it makes him feel like Spider-Man. With great powder comes great responsibility. Me after talking to my voices. Mental hospital wants to know your location. Believing in the Bible makes you a Christian, but reading and understanding the Bible from first to the last page makes you an atheist. Strongly disagree. I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must be silent. 1 Timothy 2:12. Please be silent, Sophia. In China, for affordable prices, people can rent an entire mall after closing hours for soft gel wars. In America we do the same just during the day. Did you buy the high school DLC? The high school mode is the default level. Starting zone. Thunderbolts is one of the best MCU films by a landslide. Brilliant story and character moments. This is made with love. It sets up for big things to come in the most exciting way I've seen since 2012. Bring your tissues, but not because it's a sad movie. You ever take your glasses off at night and think, damn, natural selection would have taken my eye a long time ago if it weren't for the development of optometry? Me. One more video. The video. What if? What DF2 class would main? Man sets off on 53-mile walk dressed as a curlew. Those who know me well know I was eventually going to build a giant curlew. Voice feminization for absolute beginners. How to get started now. I'm cis but I want to cause problems at family gatherings. Give her a few years. You sound like one of those people who think Kurt Cobain was trans because he wore a dress on stage one time. Kurt Cobain was totally trans for like a dozen more reasons than that. Like how he I made a cake. F you mean NSFW, did you dumb on the cake? My enemies have been defeated. Who the F are any of these people? And who the F are you cute? I just tried to say your name out loud and my furniture started floating. What you doing? None. Did you eat? No, not yet. Why? I don't know. You can't say what about you? Like you not even infested. Dirt chickens at Five Guys. Never going to Five Guys and sitting here again. Why you bully me? Do you like me that much? You're probably the kind of dude that gets dared to go home in a truth or dare game. Mom got 8 seconds of laughter. I got 8 years of therapy coming. Good looking women. Disfiguring plastic surgery. Sasuke really do be loving his dinosaurs. Go home and rest for today. Then what the F didn't he learn to summon them? I wonder why Sasuke would feel with almost extinct creatures. Just gonna start chilling people I don't find funny. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Shut the F up. What to do when the taxpayer threatens suicide? 1. When the taxpayer threatens suicide over the phone, stay calm and remain on the phone with the taxpayer. Someone stole my phone last week and I just saw these photos on my iCloud. New library desk designed for maximum concentration. How massive was the cost? Was it around $19.39 to $19.45? Is it gay to use Apple Watch in the gym? According to some of my friends it is. Did they change their mayonnaise? This can't be happening. Openly gay chess masters. I'm a raging heterosexual. I sometimes like to think of my bishop pair as a nice pair of bobs. Lol. How would a homosexual think of his pieces then? What is he trying to do? Watch his step. My daughter got this matching tattoo today with her best friend. She said something about how they're both crafty and her best friend wants to be a hairstylist, but honestly, do any of you other moms know if this is a devil symbol or anything? I just want to protect my little girl from Satan. Can you find the question mark? My son dropped my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I've just bought last week, and cracked the phone slightly. Still in working condition but decided to sell it off cheap. Below are the specs. PM me if keen. 12 years old. Chinese. Male. Speaks English and Mandarin. Price negotiable. When a woman buys a Viber, it's seen as a bit of naughty fun and she is called a Rexy kitten. But when I buy a 24 amp F Master Pro 5000 doll with 6-speed self-deprecating Veneer elasticized with non-drip in collection tray together with optional built-in realistic scream surround sound system, I'm called a Ask it for a friend, where may he purchase this F Master Pro 500. The guy looks like if Ludacris was in Chernobyl. Federal Highway Administration is making plans to end the paving of roads. CBS News. Excellent. Another actor's life destroyed by pills and alcohol. Uber CEO. How do we turn a profit? Intern. Imagine Uber but no car. Walking buddy $7.50. Keep your eye open for a 1994 white Kevin. He should arrive in 3 minutes. You either dated people in middle school or you're funny now. Not true, I'm funny and my girlfriend's in middle school. A year should have 13 months. What? If we had 13 months instead of 12, every month would be exactly 28 days. The first would always be a Monday and the 28th would always be a Sunday. Every month would have exactly 4 weeks instead of 4.257, and we would properly align ourselves with the cycle of the moon. Met my daughter's teacher tonight. It was heartbreaking. She was working at her second job. Teachers are the most underpaid, underappreciated, yet most valuable people in the world. So anyway, I gave her $50 for a lap dance, so I'm doing my part. Dr. Dre girlfriend so badly that she had to get plastic surgery. Damn, Beats by Dre has a whole new meaning. What old person thing do you do? Ask why them kids ain't in school whenever I see children in the daytime. I promised not to drop out of school, so I'll bribe the blood bank into taking every last drop. Fat girls who wear crop tops be looking like Winnie the Pooh. I would lose weight and look good in a crop top if I walked the distance between your eyebrows. Would you prefer it if I did you instead? No. I like it when they say no. Was I result? Harassment gambit. Very aggressive play. Either forced or getting banned. Forced. Future. Federal Unemployment Tax Act. Sounds interesting, gonna look it up. That's not taxes. I can't go to the bathroom because my husband is playing this game in there. Hotels. This is a place to relax, unwind and take it easy. Also hotels. We stopped serving breakfast at sunrise. British street food looks like something a dog would make if it could be human for a day. When oil is discovered in the sky. That chicken is so white that it will colonize the kitchen. Why do my hurt when I see heights? If I go to the edge of something high up or go on a roller coaster that does a falling motion, or I watch video of people up really high on towers, bridges or cliffs, I feel a pain. Or is a poor little babies need a flower tantrum? Rich Morony. My god, more literally in your name, that's some next level irony. Do I look like two people have approached me and told me that my mustache looks like a stash. I have since shaved it off out of shame. What do you think? Does it look too hairy, or can I grow it back? This young man is training to be an electrician, but he keeps getting electrocuted. I think it's just a phase that's going through him. My mom up with my friends. Hey man, I'm sorry to hear. If you need a friend to talk to, I got you. My wife said that if this post gets 100k likes, we will try canal. Please don't like this as huge and scares me. 217k likes. Did you hurt her, Joel? No, I saved her. Wait, the third pig. Two sisters and a brother got matches tats. I'm lying at Buttercup. Cat girls are so cute. They really are the cutest.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.